Yes, fight fans, body and mind, sports, my people. You are fully appreciated in this round, my guys, my people. Of course, yesterday I shared with you guys Tyson Fury 100% coming out of retirement to fight Alexander Usyk in a trilogy in 2026, as also confirmed by Turkey. In 2026, they will be going rabbit hunting, my guys, my people. Of course, Turkey referring to Usyk as the rabbit, my guys, my people. A rabbit who has outrun the Gypsy King twice in a trot, my guys, my people. The Gypsy King not too happy there. He believes he didn't get a fair shake in Saudi Arabia off of those two losses, my guys, my people. So of course the trilogy is taking place over here in the UK, where he believes the judges will be fairer on the night. You wish, my guys, my people. He blatantly lost, my guys. He's just a bad loser. Fury, he's just a bad loser, my guys, my people. Yeah. So he's definitely gonna get that trilogy. You know, he is coming back for that, trying to right the wrongs of what happened in those two other fights. Right? But Fury, who has gone into retirement and come back numerous times, I can't even keep count, my guys, my people. I actually knew that this time around, when he announced his retirement in January, that at some point, you know, that he may come back out of retirement and fight again. And I actually just figured this out in my brain when the Ring magazine, whilst Fury was retired and coming off back-to-back losses to Usyk, they had him ranked at #1. Now, why would they do that? Why would they do that? Who does that? I ain't heard of no one do that. You know, rank a retired fighter of back-to-back losses at #1 above the IBF champion in Daniel Dubois and just under the head honcho of the heavyweight division, Alexander Usyk. Right? So that just blatantly told me that is set up. They're setting up play for Fury to make a return. Simples. And even before Fury announced his return, we had the WBC saying they would give him a title shot on his return, my guys, my people. So very much the same as they did for Manny Pacquiao. After Manny Pacquiao's 4-year retirement, then he returned the WBC, giving him a 147-pound title shot against the WBC champion Marios Barrios come the 19th of July. Funny enough, the same date that Usyk and Dubois are fighting for undisputed. So they just granted the same favor to Tyson Fury, just off the strength of his legacy. The same way as they've done with Manny Pacquiao, my guys, or they're going to do with Manny Pacquiao. You know. So yes, 100%. If Usyk beats Daniel Dubois in their rematch, which is for undisputed, come July the 19th, Fury definitely not only fighting just for a title, but for the undisputed status, my guys, my people, which you already understand I'm not in favor of. I'm not in favor of, my guys, my people. So does that mean we don't get Anthony Joshua versus Fury? Fury, who said that he would only give us the Joshua fight on 2 conditions. #1, the money must be right. #2, only if he does not get the Usyk trilogy. But we are definitely getting that Usyk trilogy, my guys, my people. So where my brain is at right now is that regardless, Fury is getting that Usyk trilogy, we are still going to get the Joshua fight. And I am saying this simply because in Fury's conversation with Turkey, where Turkey actually convinced Fury in that telephone conversation to actually get his ass out of retirement, right? They mentioned AJ. Now, Fury said AJ is a definite stadium fight. That is, even as things stand now, with AJ coming off that devastating loss to Daniel Dubois, well, he definitely took a hit on his stock. Definitely. Yet, Fury believes he's a stadium fight. And I see where it's coming from, because Fury himself is a huge name, just as Joshua is, you know. So I can see why his mind is going there. And since his mind is there already, I think he's not going to turn down another big fight right off the back of USYK, especially if he beats USYK in the trilogy. If he beats USYK in the trilogy, my guys, my people, you know, which I think is possible. Those two fights, the first two fights to me were close, although I think USYK won. So it's possible that he may well beat USYK. But if he loses to USYK, god damn, I wonder what levels of lowness, you know, Fury will be driven into. That is what I'm thinking in my mind, because he's just a bad loser, man. You can't take those two losses, my guys, my people. He already has the USYK, you know. So yeah, I think we're going to get the AJ fight though. But seeing as Fury already thinks that AJ fight is a stadium fight, what if AJ wins his next fight? They're saying it's coming back, what, October, November, or December. I'm hearing they're in talks with the likes of Jared Anderson and Deontay Wilder. I heard Jake Paul as well, but I don't want to talk about Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua, to tell you the truth, my guys, my people. So yeah, I think the Wilder fight, I think Joshua, the way Wilder looked in his last fight, he's totally washed. Joshua totally obliterates him, my guys, my people. So regardless of how easy I think that fight may look like for Joshua, I think he's going to get a great deal of weight off of his shoulders, and his confidence is going to be boosted big time, beating Wilder and then going into a Fury fight, simply because that fight should have happened a long time ago when they were both champions. That fight could have been for undisputed, my guys, my people, and with huge money on the table, right? Well, the fight did not happen, so they can salvage whatever they can from it now, my guys, my people, and still make it, you know, a good fight, right? Still an entertaining event, my guys, my people. So they can still make something of that. But I think if he takes the Jared Anderson fight, things can become unstuck for Anthony Joshua. It may not go the way Bacoli handled Jared Anderson. So we can't be looking to that all the time. Remember, AJ didn't look great against Daniel Dubois. And Jared Anderson, he can punch, he's fast, he's young, he's got great stamina. Stamina which AJ doesn't have. And AJ isn't so young anymore. And he's not showing great form either. Anderson not showing the best of form, but that is mostly due to him being not too motivated to continue in the sport. But what if he finds motivation, my guys? He's gonna be dangerous. I'm telling you the truth. Yes, AJ's got that power that could take out Anderson, but he still needs to land. You can't just rely on power alone when you're a skillful fighter. Does not make any sense, my guys, my people. Well, anyway, that is what I think of that situation. We are definitely going to get AJ and Tyson Fury, my guys, my people, I reckon. Let me take a guess. Let me predict. Okay. Frank Warren, he says that Fury, who, by the way, put out a date, the 18th of April, him and USYK are fighting, but according to other news sources, that is not the official date, my guys, my people. So that date is not for certain yet, right? So it could be another date. It could be another date. And according to Frank Warren, it will be in 8 months' time. Now, if you're counting January as a month, July as a month, then 8 months time means it lands in February, which makes sense. It is the beginning of Riyadh season, right? But if you're counting from August, then it arrives in March, my guys, my people. I'm thinking maybe February we're going to get the trilogy, and then late summer, right? Late summer we're going to get AJ and Fury. That is my prediction, my guys, my people. Remember, I said so, my guys, my people. And yeah, with that said, that's all I have for you on this one. Let's move on to the next, my guys, my people. David Benavidez versus Callum Smith. It's not happening. That was Benavidez's first option to fight the WBO interim champion at the light heavyweight division, my guys, my people. Of course, Benavidez, the WBC champion and WBA regular champion, became the WBC champion after now the former undisputed champion, he had to vacate that WBC strap, hand it over to Benavidez because he didn't honor his mandatory. He chose instead to fight on Better Beef in a trilogy, which we are still waiting for, my guys, my people. Yeah. As for the WBA regular, man, oh man, what an epic fight between now former WBA regular champion David Morrell versus Benavidez. Man. And a great win for Benavidez, who actually got dropped in that fight. Great performance. I think if David Morrell fought with more belief, right, and volume, he would have beat Benavidez, I reckon. I reckon he would have beat Benavidez. So they should run it. Get the rematch. You know, not now, but later on. Later on, it should happen at some time, I believe. You know, but yeah, Benavidez had Callum Smith as his first option to fight next. Smith, who became the WBO interim after defeating now former WBO interim in Joshua Buatsi, my guys, in February. In February, my guys, my people. Now, the play from the Benavidez team is that they were going to box in Bivol. They were going to box in Bivol by getting Callum Smith's interim title. Then they will be his mandatory via the WBA and the WBO, my guys, my people. Just remain in the IBF, where we have Michael Eifert, who is actually next in line to fight the winner of Bivol, Better Beef anyway. So that was the play there for Team Benavidez to corner Bivol, because they believe Bivol ducked Benavidez, my guys, my people. I'm reserving my raw opinion on that to see what happens after Bivol and Better Beef. I think Bivol possibly wins that fight and then goes on to fight Benavidez after for undisputed, my guys. If it doesn't happen, definite duck, unless the IBF throws spanners in the works with Michael Eifert. Then they will have to try to get over that hurdle as well, or they might be forced to fight him. Who knows, my guys, my people? Who knows? Michael Eifert, who I believe has stepped aside twice already, right? The first one was for the first undisputed fight between which Better beat Bivol, and then he had to step aside again for the second one to take place, right? Which of course we know Bivol won, right? But look, yeah, Callum Smith versus David Benavidez was supposed to happen. It was Benavidez's first choice, my guys, my people, but it's not happening. It's not happening. Eddie Hearn said it was very likely Callum Smith would take that fight because the PBC had put an offer to him on the table, which he believes Callum Smith really liked, my guys, my people. And guess what? Although Team Benavidez didn't mind this fight taking place in the US. They said Vegas, or where was the other? They said Vegas, or oh man, I can't remember. Well, anyway, they said US, but they don't mind fighting in the UK. So that would have been great for Callum Smith, who was targeting Anfield Stadium, Liverpool's Anfield, Liverpool FC's Anfield Stadium, right? Which is Callum Smith's own backyard, my guys, right? He says he was targeting a title fight for that stadium, so BENAVIDEZ would have been perfect. It would have been perfect to fill that 60,000 capacity, you know. So why didn't Callum take the offer if the offer was good? And according to Eddie Hearn, it looked like he was going to take it. Why didn't he take the offer? He's always been looking for a title shot, you know. Well, it beats me. I hope somebody from Team Callum, my guys, is going to come up, raise his head, you know, in the next days or weeks to come, and let us know the true story on that one, right? But Yard, he gets the opportunity. He was second option, right? BENAVIDEZ gets to fight Anthony Yard, my guys, my people. They are targeting it for the undercard of Devin the Dream Haney and Brian Norman to head that stat card in November, my guys, my people. Bakoli Itama also targeted for that fight. Now, Brian Norman and Devin the Dream Haney, done deal. They're fighting for the WBO strap at 147, my guys, my people. Norman, the champion. Who else are they targeting? They are targeting Andy. They are targeting Andy Cruz and Zepeda. Now Zepeda has a fight coming up with Shakur. I don't think he has to pass Shakur to get that fight there. Nobody is expecting him to beat Shakur, my guys, my people. Yeah. So that is another fight. And also on the card, they are targeting Christian Mbile versus Lester Martinez. Now that would be super interesting. At the 168-pound division, my guys, my people. So it is a very, very stacked card. And now they've got Callum Smith. I mean, not Callum Smith. They've got BENAVIDEZ and Anthony Yard on there as well. Great card, great card. I mean, it looks like it can rival the Bivol Better Beef card that took place in February. That last crescendo fight card. Looks like it can rival it, you know. But look, I really didn't like this fight for Anthony Yard. His last two performances, not great. Ralph Wilkins, not really well known. Yeah, not European level at best, right? And Anthony Yard, who I've always seen as maybe world title, championship potential, right? He's not lived up to it. He's not lived up to it. And in his last performance against Lyndon Arthur in their trilogy, I was confused as to who won that fight. I'm telling you now, I'm not sure who actually won that fight. Even the Ralph Wilkins fight, that was a very confusing fight. Anthony Yard just didn't fight like how we normally see him fighting, with power and, you know, confidence and belief. Like, you get me? I didn't see that energy, right? I didn't see it from him. How old is Yard now? He's like 33, right? 33, 34. Is he starting to slow down? I'm wondering, because he has been through some tough fights, you know, tough fights where actually, well, his championship opportunities, and he just didn't make it. Kovalev took a beating in that one. Better Beef took a beating in that one, got knocked out in both of them. In both fights, my guys, my people. You know, so BENAVIDEZ is going to be his third title shot. in the division, and time is running out for him. There are other people coming up in the division, such as Aloy Jr. Soon, Frank Warren is going to be like Anthony Yard is going to be fodder for Aloy Jr. coming up once he slows down. Trust me, my guys, my people. Trust me. Anthony Yard, who, man, Tunde Ajayi, man, he should have left Tunde Ajayi and got himself a world level trainer from long time. Now, I like Tunde Ajayi, and I love the relationship he has with Yard. That I do love. But in terms of managing his career, it has not been great. He's just moved him up in very disorganized sort of management, right? Where he's gone from fighting domestic level straight to fighting in championship bouts. Does not make sense. And do you know what I found so bizarre? Going into the Kovalev fight without sparring. They didn't do any sparring, from the words of Tunde Ajayi himself, which is crazy. I hope he's getting as much sparring as he can now. He definitely needs it. And him coming off, leaving Frank Warren at one point and being a free agent, that didn't help. That didn't help, my guys, my people. So, yeah, had him not fighting for, I believe, just under a year or so, about 8-10 months. So that was a spell of inactivity for him. Although he has not been as inactive as people have been saying. Oh, he's been so inactive in the past since BENAVIDEZ, or one or two fights after BENAVIDEZ. He has not been so inactive. In fact, when did he fight BENAVIDEZ? Was that not in 2022, 2023? Well, the year after, whatever time he fought BENAVIDEZ, he's fought twice a year, every year since then, which is the average for fighters of now, my guys, my people. So he's not had too much of a spell of inactivity. But I've been very surprised in his last two performances. Not great at all. Not the Anthony Yard that I'm used to. And to tell you the truth, I just can't see how he's going to beat the relentlessness, the tenacity of David Benavidez, the inside fighting, the combination punching, the volume, the speed. Should I name more? Yes, Anthony Yard has got power and speed himself, but would that do any damage to David Benavidez, who's got a great defense as well? His defense is super underrated, especially with that high guard. And when he's got that high guard up, he adjusts the high guard depending on what punch you're throwing as well. So he's very technical. He's got that move as well where you can knock your high guard out of the way and sneak in something. Yard as well got stamina issues. He definitely got stamina issues, my guys, my people. So I just can't see him beating Benavidez. No way. I just don't. So I think it's the wrong fight he took. For now, anyway. Should have took that Joshua Buatsi fight first. You know, should have took that Joshua Buatsi fight, I reckon. Did he even try to approach Joshua Buatsi? Joshua Buatsi, who was saying he's ready as soon as September, as soon as the conditions, the offers on the table is right. Bring that fight. I'll fight ASAP. Did he even approach Joshua Buatsi, of whom he was moaning so much that it's Buatsi's fault why they haven't fought yet? But did he even approach him this time around? Only God knows, my guys. Only God knows. Only God knows. Are they just taking it for the money, or do they actually believe they will beat Benavidez? Because I don't think they beat Benavidez, right? And as for Callum Smith, why did he turn down the Benavidez fight? Those two things I need to know, my guys, my people. If you have any answers, gladly, please, would love you to drop it in the comments, my guys, my people. Otherwise, we will wait for each individual team to say what they have to say concerning that. And with that said, that's all I have for you on this one, my guys, my people. Before you leave, do like, do share, subscribe. Of course, drop your comments below, my guys, my people. And as always, stay super blessed.